The idea of falling down the rabbit hole comes from Alice in Wonderland, a whimsical tale about descending into a surreal world of nonsense and illusion. At first glance, the metaphor seems to capture the sense of wonder we associate with digital exploration. Endless possibilities, infinite knowledge, and new connections at our fingertips. But the deeper I went, the more I realized that the digital rabbit hole wasn't a place of liberation. It was a trap, a labyrinth of curated distractions that kept me from ever facing myself. We imagine rabbit holes as tunnels for escape, but rabbits don't dig them to explore. They burrow to hide, and that's what most of us are doing in the digital world, hiding. We retreat into our screens, into echo chambers, and algorithmic safe spaces, avoiding discomfort, confrontation, or the pain of introspection. The digital rabbit hole offers the perfect escape from reality, but it doesn't lead to wonder. It leads to isolation. During the lockdowns of the pandemic, the world seemed to split in two. Outside, reality was chaotic, uncertain, and terrifying. Inside, behind our screens, we created new worlds to retreat into. Instead of using the solitude to reflect or reconnect with ourselves, many of us escaped into endless scrolling, streaming, and virtual interactions. It wasn't self-discovery, it was self-distraction. The rabbit hole had become a collective phenomenon, a shared descent into curated realities that kept us apart, even as they claimed to bring us together. The isolation this created was subtle at first. In group chats and video calls, it felt like connection, an illusion amplified by likes, comments, and the fleeting bursts of dopamine they provided. But when the screens went dark, what was left? The loneliness was still there, heavier than before. The rabbit hole hadn't brought us closer to others or ourselves. It had only deepened the void. What's insidious about the rabbit hole is its design. Algorithms don't just cater to our interests, they amplify them, leading us deeper into ideological silos, where our beliefs are reinforced and opposing views are filtered out. The result is a fragmented collective reality, where each person's rabbit hole leads to a different version of the truth. Instead of fostering empathy, this isolation breeds division. We stop seeing others as people and instead view them as enemies, caricatures, or abstractions. But the most dangerous aspect of the rabbit hole is how it mirrors our inner world. Just as a rabbit digs to escape predators, we retreat into digital spaces to avoid our own shadows, the parts of ourselves we're too afraid to confront. We scroll past discomfort, block out dissenting opinions, and mute the voices that challenge us. In doing so, we stay safe in our burrows, but we also stay stagnant. Growth requires discomfort, but the rabbit hole offers none of that. It offers only the illusion of safety, a never-ending escape from the work of becoming whole. I've thought a lot about what it would mean to dig out of this hole, not just to climb back into reality, but to dig inward instead of outward. What would happen if, instead of burrowing away from our shadows, we dug deep enough to face them? What if the rabbit hole could be a passage, not to escape, but to uncover what we've buried? The truth is, the digital rabbit hole doesn't lead anywhere. It's a closed loop, a self-reinforcing cycle designed to keep us spinning endlessly. But the act of digging, of consciously exploring what lies beneath the surface, that's where transformation begins. It's not an easy journey. It requires confronting discomfort, vulnerability, and truth. But it's the only way out of the illusion and into the light.